Cooking in the kitchen, and then I have a set or two that I talk about in the living room. Fridge Smart is one of those sets. So I bring the entire set because if you bring a piece, you sell a piece. If you bring a set, you sell a set. Very good. So I talk to them and I tell them that they're going to save $400 to $600 a year in using Fridge Smart. Now let me tell you a little bit about Fridge Smart, and I would pass one around because everybody loves to play with the buttons, right? Or as Dixie told us, they're nostrils. Depends on your crowd. Some people you can call them nostrils, some people you cannot. So Fridge Smart is a product that Tupperware designed and engineered to help your produce last longer. Strawberries will last 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge, in this piece of Fridge Smart here. Now what you do is you take your strawberries, you bring them home in the little carton, right? Normally you put them in the fridge. What happens? Go bad in about 2 or 3 days. They're all moldy and hairy and kind of gross, look like a science experiment. So now what you're going to do is bring those strawberries home, take them out of their container, put them in a Fridge Smart. You're going to look on the side, and the chart tells you that they don't need any additional air. So you're going to have both of these buttons closed. Now what happens is if one of those strawberries goes bad because it was bruised or it was something happens, all the moisture is going to collect down here in these bottom wells. Now what normally happens is that water, that moisture, infects the rest of the strawberries and they all go bad. But Tupperware engineered this product so that way it keeps the rest of the strawberries high and dry so that way they don't get infected by that one that goes bad, collects the moisture in the bottom, keeping the rest of it good. So you may pull one bad one out, but the most of them are going to be good. Now another thing that Tupperware has done to make this so nice is it's see-through. So you can see what's in there, out of sight, out of mind, right? Because what happens, we go to the grocery store and we say, this week we're eating healthy, right? Anybody ever done that before? Mm-hmm. You draw in that line in the sand, this week is the week, we're going to eat healthy. You go to the store and you spend all this money on produce, and it keeps getting higher, doesn't it? You go home, you put it in the forget-me-not drawer, forget-me-always drawer, right? Mm-hmm. And then a week later you do the dance to the trash can, hoping it doesn't drip all over the floor. Well, now you take the things you don't want your family to eat and you put it in those forget-me drawers, those rotter drawers, and then you put these in your refrigerator. You can put them in there empty, so when you bring your produce home, it goes straight in there. Mm-hmm. And that way you're not losing space. You also put them in there so your family can see it. This is the one that we put carrots in our house. Does anybody here eat carrots? Mm-hmm. We buy carrots by the 5-pound bag. I've got 3 little boys at home, and they love eating raw carrots. Now, do they sometimes pull it out of here and eat a dirty carrot? Yes, but I'd rather them eat a dirty carrot than I would a bag of chips every day. They open the fridge, what do I have in there I can snack on? They don't see anything, and they're going to go to the cupboard and start looking for something. Will they find a snack? Yes. So would I rather find a carrot in here that's dirty? They got to chew through all the whatever. They even eat the bottoms. They're so dirty. Boys are dirty. But I would rather them eat something like this because they see it than I would something else, right? Now they even have rounds, as you can see, our Christmas tree stand. It's for your cauliflower, your half of the watermelon, your cantaloupe, your lettuce, your broccoli. So, and they're modular. Oh, this is also what I put bread in. Anybody look for a bread box? This is this perfect bread box. So they're modular, so you could stack them. You can stack them anyway. Now, what size is your refrigerator at home? Is it square or round? Square. Good. So Tupperware made these square, so they fit in there perfect, so you're going to maximize the space in your refrigerator. Now, what else happens when you open your refrigerator door? What comes out? Air. The cold air comes out, and the hot air goes in. Yeah. You could say, well, I'll just put my produce on the shelf. That way we won't forget about it, and I'll eat it faster, right? No, you're right. You can't do that. Because what happens is that cold air comes out, the water and the produce goes through a sweat. And water is acidic. That's why I told you to put it in there dirty and dry. Because water is very acidic. So your produce sitting on the shelf will go through a sweat. Fridge Smart keeps it cool all the time. Remember, it controls the amount of moisture and humidity in there. So it's going to keep it from going through that sweat so it lasts so much longer. Now, how many of you have a mini? Isn't this the cutest thing in the whole world? Okay, so our Parties Up Challenge is for consultants,